So this is a distance time graph. So can this graph be possible that at a particular time the distance is that much? Is it possible? Yes? No, that's not possible. So it represents, what does it represent? What does this represent? See what is speed? This distance time. So speed is equals to distance upon time. Now whatever distance you take, let the distance be d. Okay, so d, but what is the time? You have traveled this distance is no time. Yes, so this will be infinity. So can the speed be infinity? No. Even the speed of light, which we write as c, 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, we cannot go beyond the speed of light. Okay, so that's not possible. So that is why this graph is not possible. Got it, students?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now let us see other distance time graphs which are actually not possible. Because some of the time this question comes in exam, that which of these graphs are not possible motion in a straight line. Okay, so students, can this graph be possible? Not possible. So these are all distance time graph. Tell me why this graph is not possible. Tell me the reason. Tell me the reason why these two graphs which are in front of you are not possible. They are wrong.
Sir, distance can't go negative, only displacement can. uh,
Okay, you are near to the what? Just you need to rethink about the lines. You are near to the solution.
Sir, in second graph, time can never go backwards, so that is not possible.
Okay, think more. All of you, think more.
Sir, there is no point from where the object has started.
Yes. Yes, students. Why this graph is not possible? See, when the time is 1 second, the distance is 10 meters. When the time is 2 seconds, distance is 5 meters. Is it possible? Is it possible? You are increasing the time. So that's your time and that's your distance. So at time 5 seconds, your distance was 10 meters. Suppose at 1 second. Now time 2 second. Distance is 5 meter. Is it possible? You are moving and you are traveling the path, but can you shorten your path length? Can you shorten your path length? I have traveled from here to here. So the only thing I can do is I can stop here. So the displacement will, the distance will remain 5 only. If I move little bit here, so distance will again increase. If I move little bit here, distance will increase. Here distance, go back again, distance will increase. Yes or no? So the distance covered by body cannot decrease with time, with increase of time. Is this, have you understood this point, students? Why this graph is not possible? See, at a particular time, is it possible that you are at two locations? Is it possible? So can you be at two positions at the same point? At the same point of time, you are at distance 3 meters also. And you are at distance 15 meters also. Is it possible?
No.
So you cannot be at two positions at the same instant. Okay. Next thing. So that's the main point. And next thing is again here. So this graph is not possible simply because two positions at a particular time are not possible. Now let's look at this graph. This is velocity time graph. Yes, you can see it. So what's the area of this graph gives you? Area.
Displacement.
Total area. Yes. So this is meter per second. This is second. So area means multiplying these two units. So meter per second into second, units will be meters. So that is displacement. So total area will give you displacement. Okay. Now, do we have variable acceleration or not? Do we have constant acceleration or variable?
Variable.
See, if the graph is like this, velocity time graph, the slope is constant. Slope of velocity time graph is acceleration. Yes, meter per second divided by second. So meter per second divided by second. So to find slope, tan theta, and tan theta is perpendicular upon base. So perpendicular unit will be meter per second, base unit will be second. So perpendicular upon base, that's tan theta, that is slope. So the units are meter per second square. So the slope telling you acceleration. So here the slope is constant because theta is same. So acceleration is constant. But here the slope is changing. Here the slope is this, then the slope is this, then the slope is this, now the slope is this. So slope is changing. So what does this mean? This means acceleration is changing. Okay. So slope gives me acceleration. So it's a non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration. Is this clear? Now tell me the displacement of this graph. Displacement will be area 1, this area, then area 2.
Area.
Will it be, area 2 will be positive or negative?
negative.
Velocity is negative because displacement is negative. So velocity negative means displacement negative. So area 1 minus area 2. Then plus area 3. So this will be a total displacement. Now what about distance? Distance traveled. Area 1, then plus area 2 plus area 3. Is this clear? So whenever you are moving, distance cannot decrease. Displacement can decrease with time. You started from here O, you move to point A. So you were here at 5 seconds, here time was 0. Now you have turned back. So you are here at 6 seconds. So see, displacement is decreasing. Distance cannot decrease. Distance will always keep on adding. But if you are moving in opposite direction, displacement will definitely be decreased. Right? Got it, students?
Yes, sir.
Now what about this graph?
Sir, this is not possible.
This graph?
Sir, हो ही नहीं सकता ये.
Okay, why?
Sir, this distance can never go backward.
See, distance can never be decreased, but the speed can be increased or decreased. This is speed here. Look, I have thrown a ball upwards. Yes. So is its speed decreasing or not?
Yes, sir, decreasing.
And at the top its speed will be 0.
Yes.
So see, here in this case, speed is decreasing, speed becomes 0, and then again speed is increasing. So this graph you will get when a body is thrown upwards. So ball thrown upwards. Okay?
Okay.
Now what about this graph we have already done? What about this graph? Here what is happening? Speed is increasing, reaches maximum, and then decreasing. Yes? What happens if I drop a ball on the floor? Yes?
It will bounce a little.
Yes. So this ball is bounced from here. Yes. So a ball is dropped on the floor from a certain height. Yes. As the ball falls, the speed will increase. And as the ball bounces back, its speed decreases. And at the highest point, speed will be 0. Yes. Agreed, students, or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Note these graphs. These graphs are very important. Let's start next question, students. Yes. See, we have a question here. A car accelerates from rest at a constant rate. So a car starts from rest and at constant rate alpha accelerate. So acceleration is alpha for some time. So acceleration is alpha for some time. And after that, it decelerates at a constant rate beta. So the acceleration is negative, so decelerates. Okay, so brakes are applied. If the total time is t, so it comes to rest over here, and the total time is t of this journey. Then calculate the maximum velocity attained by the car. Calculate the maximum velocity attained by the car. Yes. Find out, friends. Let me tell you, the answer will be alpha beta upon alpha plus beta into t. Okay, I am giving you the hint also. We have done this question in the past also. Okay. You can take this as case 1. Yes. You can take here as velocity, let it be v dash. If you are, or you can take this as v dash 0, let this velocity be v. So for the first case, it will be the final velocity. For the second case, it will be the initial velocity, right?
Yes, sir.
Find out case 1. So where will be the maximum velocity? Tell me.
Sir, we will differentiate time also now into T1 and T2. Divided.
Yes, definitely. So this will be your time t1 and you will have time t2. T2, instead of t2, you can write this as t minus t1. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So my question is, when was the maximum velocity? See, here acceleration is positive, so speed keeps on increasing, velocity is increasing here. But from here, the acceleration is negative, means brakes are applied. So now the velocity will decrease. So here, where we will have the maximum? At this point, we will have the maximum velocity. So if this is O, this A, this is B, so I will have the maximum velocity at point A. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So applying the equation of motion, v is equals to u plus at. In case 1, what do you get? V equals to u is 0 plus, what is a? Alpha. What is time? t1. So from here you get this equation. Now case 2. What do you get? Same, v is equals to u plus
We
at.
get 0.
So v will be 0. What will be u? U will be your v in the second case. This is your initial velocity for this case. Yes or no? So what is acceleration? Minus beta. What is time taken? T minus t1. So what do you want? You want v. Okay. You want v. You want alpha, beta and t. So alpha, beta and t. Do you want t1?
No, sir.
Because you have assumed t1 from yourself. Rest of the variables are given. So whatever you have assumed yourself, you have to remove it. So what's the value of t1 from here? V by alpha? Yes. And put this value of t1 over here. What do you get? So take this beta other side. Beta into t minus, what is t1? V by alpha. That will be equal to, okay. Now you have to just
Sir, we will take beta into division by V.
yes.
Sir, we can take that beta into division by V. And after that, we will put the value of T.
Okay. We'll not get the value from this way. So it's beta into t minus beta into v upon alpha, that's equals to v. So beta into t is equals to v plus beta v upon alpha. And after that, we can further solve it out. Beta into t is equals to alpha is your LCM. So v into alpha plus beta into v. So this alpha will go that side. So alpha, beta, t and v will be your common. So that's alpha plus beta and v equals to alpha, beta, t upon alpha plus beta. Yes. So simply we need to see that which variable we have to remove. So once you remove that variable, then you have to just rearrange the terms. And what's other shorter way? So you have t1 is equals to v upon alpha, right? And you have rewrite this equation, which was your second case, that you can write as t minus t1. T minus t1 is equals to v upon beta. Yes, this is what you were telling. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So t1 will be removed and this t is equals to v upon alpha plus v upon beta. and this will be t is equals to beta into v plus, or you can take v outside common, that's the same thing. So take v common, you will get alpha plus beta upon alpha beta, and v equals to alpha beta t upon, so this will go that side, 1 alpha plus beta. Yes, this is what you were talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so this is shorter and better way. So some of the time we know that I was sure that I'm going to get this answer, okay, but still you have to follow the this is easier way, subtracting them. So this is also I'm putting the value, but little bit longer route. So this route can also be made shorter if I instead of multiplying this beta with this, if I take beta this side, so that will be t minus this, and then this term of v also take this side, so I get the same thing. Yes, right?
Yes, sir.
So from here also, if I write it like t minus v by alpha is equals to v by beta, and then this will be v beta plus v alpha. So then proceed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because here I have multiplied this beta with v, and then one more term is actually be taking it other side, so more means one or two more steps are done. Now we are studying graph, students. So the point is that can we do this question from graph also? Yes, we have done these kind of graphs. Speed was increasing and then brakes were applied. Yes, this will be the graph. This is your velocity, this is your time. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is your time t1 and this is your time t minus t1. This is your whole time t. Okay, is this clear, students? And you can see this is your maximum velocity, so that's v, and u is equals to 0 here, and this final velocity v dash is also 0. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now we have to find this is your v maximum, this length. So you can assume it as this is O, A, B, and this point is C. You have to find the length of AC. That will be your maximum velocity. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So what is the length of this AC? That you have to find. So this total is your T. That's your target. So students, what is the slope? This is velocity time graph. So what will the slope of velocity time graph? Acceleration. So slope is equals to tan theta, and that's equals to, what is tan theta here? So slope is your acceleration. So acceleration is equals to, what is tan theta? This is theta. Suppose if we are talking about this figure,
AC by OC.
AC by OC. Very good. Yes. I can write this acceleration as, what is the acceleration here in this case, from this to this? Alpha. And here the acceleration from C to B is beta. So that's alpha. So alpha is equals to AC upon OC. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So you have to find AC. So AC will be equals to alpha into OC. Now, what is OC equals to? That's T1. Yes. So AC is equals to alpha T1. Now, similarly, suppose this angle is phi. So tan phi is the slope. Yes. In the second triangle, this triangle I am talking about, this was triangle AOC and this is triangle ACB now. So again slope is equals to tan phi perpendicular upon base. So slope is your minus beta.
AC by CB.
Yes. AC by CB. Very good. So minus beta is equals to, what's your AC? That's you need to find. What is CB? T minus T1. Yes. So what's the equation you get from here? So this AC is your maximum velocity that you want to find. So V is equal to alpha T1. What's the equation you get from here? What's your AC? AC is your velocity na beta. This length is your maximum velocity, right? That you want to find? Yes or no? So these two equations are the same. V is equals to alpha T1. And this equation is also this same. You are finding the value. So you can write it this way also. That's the same thing. Means V equals to minus beta into T minus T1. Yes. Or this is you want to subtract them and cancel them out this. So same way now you can proceed. But there is one more way also, students, how you can do it quicker way. What's that quicker way? You can find T1 and this you can assume as T2. You can find T1 and T2. Yes, you can assume this one as a T2. So that's your T1, that's your T2. So total time will be T1 plus a T2. Okay, so what is T1 here? V by alpha. What is T2 here? T2 will go that side and this will come down. So that will be V by beta. Can we solve it this way also? This is t equals to v common, but this will be beta minus alpha upon alpha beta, and v will be equals to alpha beta t upon alpha. So this is supposed to be positive. So this time t2 So what's the point here, students? So here, if you are taking these lengths, then you have to take them as positive, because these lengths cannot be negative. So AC upon CB will always be positive, because these are lengths and this also length. So length upon length is positive. So sort of paradox here, this way, that way. I will rethink about it, students, okay? We'll discuss it again at some point of time. You can also think about it, okay? You can do another question at the same time. So what's that question is? The velocity of train increases at constant rate alpha from 0 to v, and then remains constant for some time interval. Okay, and then decreases, then decrease at constant rate beta if the total distance covered by the particle is x. Show that time taken will be x upon v plus v by 2 into 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. So might we will get hint from this question also. So students, the what I'm thinking about this question is that here this beta is supposed to be positive, because these are the lengths, and this is supposed to be positive. Okay, so this beta will be positive, and see here it is matching this now. Because here also v is equals to plus beta t minus t1. So students, even so in the graphs you will be taking the slope as positive, because these are the lengths. So ratio of the length cannot be negative. So ratio of the length will be positive. That's the reason. Is this clear? Naman, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now what's the difference between this question and the earlier one? So here the body increasing and then constant and then decreasing. This will be the graph of this question. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So the slope here is alpha. Okay. And slope alpha means perpendicular upon base. That slope is tan theta. So what is tan theta? See theta, there is one more case, students. Here, this theta, I'm not, this theta will be negative and I will be taking this angle. But I'm not taking this angle. Okay? I'm taking this angle. Okay? And here, I'm finding the ratio of these lengths. So this tan phi I am taking. So this angle, this tan phi is less than 90, so it will be positive. Okay? Got it, students? So here the acceleration is 0. So you have to find the time taken. So let us assume this point as O, A, B, C, D, and E. So this is your maximum velocity, you can see. Now the acceleration, which is your alpha, will be equals to perpendicular upon base. Alpha is your tan theta. Yes, slope. And that will be this length is V and this length is OD. So I can write it as V plus OD. Sorry. So tan theta is perpendicular upon base. So V upon OD. So you can write that OD is equals to V upon alpha. Okay. Now acceleration beta, that will be the slope of this line BC. So beta slope of this line BC, and that is given by tan phi. So that will be BE upon EC. So B is your V and divided by EC. So EC you get V by beta. Now the total distance covered will be given by the area of this graph. That's trapezium. Yes. Area will give you the displacement. So half into trapezium sum of opposite sides. So AB plus OC into AD. And that will be given by half into AB plus OC. So we have OD, we have EC. Okay. So I have to write them. So write AB also as a D. Okay, so bringing them at the bottom. Okay, so AB also I will be writing as a DE. So DE plus what OC equals to. Let us break OC also, because I need to use OD and EC. So that is why I will be breaking OC, okay, into OD plus DE plus EC, okay, into AD, right? Now I can put these values. So that's half into what is, so DE and DE 2 times. So I can write here 2DE plus this V by alpha OD equals to, and this EC also equals to V by beta. And what's AD equals to? That's your V. Okay, students. So that's your total distance covered. Now this 2 will go that side and V will come down. So 2S upon V is equals to 2DE plus V by alpha plus V by beta. And now DE can be written as, take these two terms that side, so both will be negative, and divided by 2. So you will get 1 by 2 2s by V minus V by alpha minus V by beta. So students, see here you are getting this this thing, and this distance is actually given as x. So you can take this as x. Instead of s, you can take this as x. Okay. So now you don't need DE, you want total time here. So what is total time? So T is equals to OD this time plus this time plus this time. So OD plus DE plus EC. So what is OD equals to? OD equals to V by alpha plus what is DE equals to? 1 by 2 into 2x upon V into minus V by alpha minus V by beta into what is EC? V by plus V by beta. Okay, students? And now what do you get? What do you get? V by alpha plus, so half will be multiplied. So what do you get? X by V minus V by 2 alpha minus, or you can say half V by alpha minus half V by beta plus V by beta. So this is, this minus its half will be 1 by 2 V by alpha. So this, suppose y, this is half y. So y minus half y will be half y, right? So again, now we have these terms. Half V by beta plus 1 V by beta. So 1 minus half is half. So plus half V by beta. And we have X by V also. So we have to write X by V in the beginning. So wherever we write X by V. So that's my time, students. So what do I get here? T equals to x by v plus I can take half common, and v by alpha plus v also I can take common. So from these two terms, v by 2 is common. So I get 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. So this was what I was supposed to prove. Okay. Now if we further look at this question. So we are supposed to prove here that v equals to alpha beta upon alpha plus beta. Let us do this question also in the same way. T is equals to T1 plus T2. So the slope here, this is alpha is equals to A by C. So alpha is equals to AC by OC. So what is your AC? AC is your V. So OC is equals to, this AC is your V. So OC is equals to V by alpha. Right? And this is what you want to prove. And what is in this triangle? This slope beta is equals to perpendicular, that is your V, and base is your time T2, that is CB. So from here CB is equals to V upon beta. So now add total time is equals to T1 plus T2, that's OC plus CB, and that's equals to T is equals to V by alpha plus V by beta. Students, here we have T also. So T is equals to V is common, 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta, and that's T is equals to V into alpha beta upon alpha plus beta upon alpha beta. So we get V as alpha beta T upon alpha plus beta. So students, we need not to take this slope as negative. Why? Because we take slope as negative when we are taking this angle as tan theta, and then, so here this is not that angle. Okay, and length upon length will be positive. Okay, that's all for today, students. So we have used the graphs to derive the equations. So now, Yashasvi, is this clear, beta? This Vance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we can use the graphs for deriving these relations and this. So very important. And so almost graph part is almost done. Now you can practice any question of graph that you would like to practice. Thank you so much, students. There won't be any class of means any further classes today. Okay.